We're live. Let's go.
Can you play the intro?
No.
It gets me excited.
Do you want me to?
Yes.
All right, hold on.
The Veteran Project. 4 vets, 5 vets. We are not responsible for any trauma, PTSD, tinnitus, or flashbacks during this podcast. Hoorah!
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Veteran Project. I am your host, Jeff. We got Jay out back behind the cami netting.
What's up, guys? I'm back here.
Looking like a big face. Got to get it in there.
Clean.
And then for our guest today, we've had him on before. We got Mike Damon.
How's it going?
Mike, he, we had a great first time last season. He is a adventurer, loves to travel, meet veterans, and I'm gonna let Mike pretty much repeat some of what I said and take off with it. So, Mike, again, who the fuck are you?
That's a big one. I don't even know. I had some veteran PTSD stuff hit me about 10 years ago now. And I did what I was supposed to do. Mm-hmm. And I attacked it. And it led me down a path, and I let the path kind of take me.
Yeah.
I always enjoyed motorcycle riding and doing crazy stuff. And it led me down another path, which then forks into another path and another path. Mm-hmm. But my most recent accomplishment is the bike that I got while I was in the turmoil of PTSD, 8 years ago. I just passed 100,000 miles on the bike.
Damn.
Yeah.
And so you ride a motorcycle?
A little bit. Yeah. I try.
So obviously in that 100,000 miles, you have seen a lot of great roads, met a lot of nice people, incredible people, veterans that have needed that help along the road. And you've traveled to those veterans, right?
Yeah, I think my experience taught me that I needed people around me. And I felt that it was my job to not only spread the word of what I did to get better, but I feel the pain of people when they feel they're in a dark hole and they feel like they're all alone. Mm-hmm. Because my brain told me that I was alone and nobody cared.
Yeah.
Which isn't true. And I think it makes a powerful statement to show up their front door after I've ridden 500 or 600 miles or through the night, because they just need somebody just to say, hey, it's going to be okay.
Yeah. Obviously the what you get back from that, that's the most rewarding. That's what helps you out mentally, correct? In a way?
Yeah. Yes. But you got to keep that. That's like I would call like an ancillary benefit.
Yeah.
You can heal yourself, whatever it is. You don't have to be a veteran, but you can heal whatever yourself is by helping other people. Mm-hmm. That's the most rewarding part. And then look at it like, I'm not looking at it from the first person's point of view, like, what am I going to get from it, or how am I going to feel from it?
Yeah.
But in that process, I've created lifelong friends.
Yeah.
And another bond like we have with our other buddies we serve with.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing. I estimate it's about 250 people that I've personally reached out to and assisted them and met them at the level that they needed.
Yeah.
And then as I was going through the process, I learned a lot. I ended up writing I call it a book, but it's a paper on the steps that I use. I wrote it all down because I wanted to share it.
Mm-hmm. And what are those steps? Like what steps?
Give me a second. Let me pull them up because I need notes. Unprepared.
Hey, Jeff, go ahead and if you'd like to give a shout out to our sponsor in the meantime.
Hey, Pins, thank you so much for having us and our guest on. For every guest that we have on, I think I may have already sent it to you, but you get a Pins gift certificate.
Roger.
You can use it for axe throwing, bowling, whatever. You got one right there in Milford that you could utilize.
Great place.
And so, Pins, thank you so much for that. These guys, I know they appreciate it. Everybody needs a night out sometimes. So, thanks again. The Veteran Project is sponsored by Pins. Thank you so much to Pins for giving our veterans a complimentary gift certificate to Pins in Kingston or Milford, Massachusetts. Also, be sure to check out Pins in Milford with their newly renovated recreation room with 3 bays of champion axe throwing and 4 new bays for darts with a self-scoring system. For more information, visit pins.com. That is PINZ.com. So, Mike, I did ask you, what were your steps? And took you a second, but you finally found them. Right?
Yeah. Huh? Now I got to find my glasses. No, just kidding. There was like 6 steps that I came up with, and I took a lot from AA. A lot of my family people in AA.
Yep.
But I thought that AA left out a lot of stuff. But I was going to focus on trauma or what it actually become transition. So in the military, what I noticed is with the first responders and the military, so I don't just do military, I do first responders too, is there's a huge transition when you go back from combat or leave service or retire.
Yeah.
So I kind of incorporated some of that stuff in there. But the first thing I was self-care. And I'll just explain each one real quick. There's like a whole chapter or a page. I wrote a page on each one of them.
Yeah.
Self-care is a really unusual thing that as military members, the self-care part of us is taken care of for us. Mm-hmm. So to really understand what self-care is, it's a challenge, and you have to have someone explain it to you, like the people that helped me explain to me. Number 2 is if you're dealing with some sort of condition, trauma, or illness, you have to educate yourself on it so you can better prepare for it. It's like anything else.
Yeah.
So I really, really studied PTSD. I took some, I read a lot of books and a lot of people that are doing studies. Like they'll do a study on PTSD, and I've read about them, and I've been in a few studies for PTSD. So that's like part of training, understand what you're going through.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. The third step was find somebody that's already gone through it, and you can copy them. That's just a good principle in life.
Yeah.
If you want to accomplish a great task, be a mason, or you want to be a real estate agent, you're going to find somebody hopefully and grab onto them.
Yeah.
Because you don't know everything. I had a few mentors that helped me dig out of my hole. Mm-hmm. The 4th is peer support. We're all in CVMA, which is a great peer support network.
Yeah. And
that speaks for itself. And 5 is what we were talking about before, is service to others. I can't emphasize that enough. If you don't do any of the steps, if you give yourself to somebody else and assist them with not expecting anything in return, you get back tenfold.
Yeah.
And I realize that, and I see it's important that someone comes up to me and they're in a struggle and they say, hey, Godfather, what should I do? I said, go help somebody. We'll figure out the rest of the details later, but just go help somebody.
Yeah.
Get out of your own head and serve somebody else. That's basically how that works.
Okay.
And then the 6th one is develop a new purpose for your life. When you're in the military, police officers, firefighters, ER nurses, you don't realize at the time that you're meeting the definition of success, which is the progressive realization of a worthwhile goal. And you're in a group goal, too, which is really unusual. So in the military, you're all on the same page. You're all doing the same thing. Mm-hmm. When you leave service, retire, medically retire, or a nurse or a firefighter and they retire, the biggest struggle they have in that transition is finding something to do. They always say, I don't have anything to do. And then they get involved in risky behaviors that just makes a whole ball of problems.
Yeah.
So being prepared for that you have to find a new purpose for your life. And I'm very fortunate that I found it.
Yeah.
Just by going through my own struggles, which is incredible. Changed my whole life, like my whole life focus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy how, how powerful, we can be if we want to be, That, like, we may have a problem in life, but you can come up with your own solution, And I know, like, with times that I've sat there and, like, fuck, you know, like I'll just get into my own thoughts, and I'm just like, you know, I got this issue.
Dangerous.
Yes.
Very dangerous.
But I mean, honestly, this is how this podcast formed. You know, I got into my own thoughts, and this is my solution.
Excellent.
It's beautiful, you know, and I know a lot of guys get so deep into their thoughts, and you know, those are the people that say, "Oh, I'm fine, I'm okay." Are you okay? You know, like, you know, it's like Jelly Roll's song, "I Am Not Okay." Fucking song is incredible, you know, and it just hits these points where not everyone is okay. I don't know if people are happy, but no one's okay.
That's the thing. We have to assume that a person's not doing well in some area of their life
Yeah.
because no one's perfect and nothing's perfect. So I get away from those, I think they call them colloquialisms, where you say, "What's up? How you doing?" It's fine. Okay. I say directly, like, "What's going on?"
Yeah.
You know, or "I think you're struggling. What's up, brother? I got you." And if they're honest, you can tell right away, because everyone's struggling in some way. But I found that the more I do those steps, the less struggling I do.
Yeah. It's funny because, you know, I've said it to people before because, you know, I struggle, you struggle, and you know, someone will ask me, "Hey, how's it going, brother?" I'm like, I'm all right. You know, but you give them an honest answer. You know, I'm all right. That means I'm not okay. I could use something.
That's your language.
Yep. But it's weird. Sometimes people will hear that and be like, "All right, well, I checked my box. I asked if he's good. I don't have to dig any deeper, or I don't want to hear it. I'm just."
Some people can't handle it.
Yeah, and it's you know, because in my darkest days, I know that I'm not okay. You know, it's like I've told Jay several times, "Dude, I'm not okay." You know, like, I am stressed out, I'm hurting right now, and it's like, believe it or not, when we don't do these podcasts like every week, it throws me into a fucking loop. I gave Jay radio silence for like 24 straight hours because it's like,
You did.
I gotta get refocused, you know. It's like, and Jay snapped me out of it.
You have a mission, though, too.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You have a focus that you're supposed to be focusing on that makes you better.
Yeah.
You know, some people, it's basket weaving or hunting or bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Off seasons are tough, too.
Dude, it's so bad.
I used to spend, when I was healing, I spent my winters down south because the healing for me is the motorcycle. And whatever that thing is, and they call it in the zone. We've all done it, whether you're carving or drawing, riding your bike, and you're getting that brainwave kind of thing where you can still think about stuff, but you're hyper focused. Those kind of things are, I think, where the most healing's done. And there's been a little bit of studies on it. The meditation guys have studied that. That's what I mean by education. See, I educated myself. The brainwaves change when you're doing that. They call it in the zone.
Yeah.
And that's where you're healthy, where you heal.
Yeah.
And I can do it on the bike. And I know if I go out with a short blast and it's not working, and I'm not clicking into that zone, I'm just not feeling comfortable,
Yeah.
I'll go home and try it again the next day. We'll go back to what you said about I'm fine. I had a very good friend of mine and my mentor in the Army. Someone asked him if he was okay, and he said no. And within 24 hours, he was dead. So if you can't handle, if you find someone's not okay, and you can't handle receiving that from them, you need to intervene in the best way possible that you know how, and make an effort,
Yeah.
because you don't want to live with that.
No.
And being a veteran, we've all experienced it. It's hit us home, and I think we have to do, and we are doing a better job of, I'm not okay. Great, I'm going to get you someone that can help you out. It's that simple.
Yeah.
You don't have to be the burden.
Yeah. It's because everyone's always going to give you the answer that you want to hear, and that's just the way we are. You know, that honestly, it's not just veterans; it's everybody.
Pretty much everyone.
And you know, I found out the other day that so this is non-veteran. What I'm about to say, at work, I found out on a crew that one of the crew guys killed themselves, and I was actually really bothered by that when I found out. And it's like, one, this crew was awesome. I loved working with them. And the kid that took his life, really good kid, younger than me. And when I found out it was him, I was like, God damn it, dude. He hasn't even lived his life yet, And it's like, dude, the cabin fever season, it's upon us. It's here. It's been cold. And, but man, dude, I don't even have words for it.
There are none. You're exactly correct. There are none.
Yeah.
And it's the ones that you think are the strongest. When Mike, he was my mentor, he was my neighbor too, and I did 2 deployments with him. He was the toughest man I ever met in my life. Mm-hmm. He was, and a lot of people looked up to him for his strength.
Yeah.
But his weakness was that he didn't know that he thought he was the only one.
Yeah.
And when we came back from our first deployment, none of us slept. But it was all new back then, 04, 05. We didn't have what we know now. And both of us had sleep deprivation psychosis. We actually thought things were happening and almost hallucinating.
Yeah.
I was not in my right mind because I didn't have any sleep. And it wasn't until I went to the VA, was honest, told them what was wrong, what was going wrong, had a few people around me that were watching me in the wings. And within a short period of time, I started to understand what was going on.
Yeah.
And I want to be emphatic about the VA. No one knows mental health better for veterans than the VA. Fact. Mm-hmm. Your friends, brothers, boyfriends' experience, and once you went to the VA and this wasn't right, or you got angry, it doesn't make a hill of beans difference. You should be your number one priority. I am my number one priority in my life.
Yeah.
And when I could finally do that, it was really eye-opening. And when I didn't do it, I was taught that by the VA.
Yeah.
I got to be my number one priority. They have taken such great care of me. They helped save my life. But they also, too, it's all a card. Mm-hmm. You can go there. If it's something you don't like, switch to something else and try something. But at the point that I was going to the VA, I was so desperate to get my life back because I was spiraling in the drain, and one of my good friends committed suicide. Mm-hmm. I saw what it did to everybody else and didn't want to do it, even though I didn't believe that I was worthy of living.
Yeah.
Really a weird place to be.
Yeah.
You don't want to go there. Way before that ever happens, make steps towards doing it. Find somebody you trust.
Yeah. Tell
them, I am not okay. Okay. That person either gets you to somebody that can help you, or you work together and formulate a plan.
Yeah.
Because that temporary problem that you're having, don't use a permanent solution.
Yeah.
It's not acceptable. I can't believe the life I live now. If you're in a dark place and you can hear me right now, once you get this stuff locked down, I live an amazing life. You got one of the reasons why I'm here. You see what I do on social media. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
I got goosebumps just thinking about it right now.
Yeah.
And to think, when I'm riding down the road, to think that I almost ended it all. I never saw these beautiful things that I got to see and meet these amazing people. Mm-hmm. Like the young fellow you're talking about at work. Mm-hmm. He missed all that.
Yeah.
And the wave that he caused for the rest of his family is just, some people, there's parts of them that will never recover from that.
Yeah. Yeah. It hurts, and I don't have that. It's just weird because, he was an acquaintance, I wasn't friends with him. I shot the shit with him on sites. But, I wish I knew that something was going on, and I want to help everybody. You want to help everybody. But that's where the network starts. You need others. You need an army. You need a battalion worth of people to help others, and that battalion's not always going to have the fucking answers, but we could figure it the fuck out, right?
Absolutely. And I had a whole team. Mm-hmm. It took them 5 years. 5 years where I was fairly healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, I worked damn hard at it.
Yeah.
But look, anything that's worth, I just said on my social media, anything that's worth any value is hard work. Mm-hmm. work on it. Mental health. I can't say it enough. Especially men. Ladies, nothing against ladies, but men, we're the ones who are supposed to suck it up. But it's not true. Okay? There's forging ahead, and then there's sucking it up. Mm-hmm. Military teaches us suck it up. I like to define the terms exactly as you can forge ahead hard with full effort and not have to suck it up.
Yeah.
There's a difference. And again, know the difference. Sometimes obstacles are insurmountable and you need someone to show you how to get around them instead of through them like we're used to doing.
Yeah.
Is it good? You like that one?
Yeah, I did like that one.
Someone will show you, here, go this way.
Oh, man. It's like the first time that I had you on here. I really fucking enjoyed it. You know, you helped me open my eyes a little bit with some answers that I was looking for. And I even think I said it in the episode following, when I had you on.
What was it?
It was veterans can't be alone. And we need something to be faithful to,
So we got people on TikTok Live right now.
Ooh.
They want to know where they can find us, Cash. You want to
So
chime in?
we are on Spotify, The Veteran Project. We are also on YouTube and Facebook. So give us a follow, like, share, help us get large. And we are also looking for people to help us out to upgrade our equipment. So I know we're looking at getting some new cameras.
Yeah.
And I think we're good on mics. What do you think? Are we good on mics?
Work
So it's just cameras and a video switchboard.
Yep.
So if you guys can help out, we appreciate it. If not, that's fine. Times are tough. But you guys are awesome. Keep watching, following, sharing. It's you guys that help us make us great.
Shout out to our guest today, Mike Damon, the man.
Not really. Just a regular guy.
All right, back.
Man on a mission. So go back to what you're saying.
I don't even fucking remember. PTSD, bro. Come on.
You were talking about, I had said something to
yeah.
you about vets being alone.
Yes, and it was that you need to, vets being alone, we can't be alone.
No one should be alone.
No.
We're human beings.
Oh, and being faithful to something. We are the most faithful fucking group of people, and that's what veterans, when they get out, they look for the next thing to be faithful to.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because we've been faithful to the Constitution, or we swore an oath to it. And we found the benefits of that. Mm-hmm. Because we surrounded ourselves with other people that had the same belief as us. Get involved in your church. It doesn't have to be around other veterans. One of the best advice I ever heard from a veteran was do stuff that's non-veteran. Get out in the community, your church. Jiminy Christmas, go down to the senior center where your town is. There's nothing worse than being alone.
Yeah.
It's terrible. And a lot of people who go through breakups in relationships, everybody knows about that.
Oh, yeah.
You feel alone.
But what about those guys that would feel better alone?
Being alone is a state. Mm-hmm. It's not a physical thing. You and I here are not alone. We're together.
Yeah.
Some of the guys, I call them quiet guys, still need someone to call in case something goes sideways.
Yeah.
Are you going to be that guy for him or her? Well, damn straight you should be.
Yeah.
I'm not saying take on the world like I did and try to help. No. 4 or 5 people. Make a pact with 5 people. Usually they're on your team in the military. Make a pact with 5 people. Say what I'm about to say. If anything happens, stuff goes sideways, call me. You got my back, I got your back. We're going to talk to each other every week.
Yeah.
Or the lone guy would say every 2 weeks. If I don't call you, you got to call me.
Yeah.
And then shake on it. I don't know, do a secret elbow bump or whatever it is. Make sure. And when you pick up that phone, I've had return phone calls. I talked to a guy, he picked up the phone, and he says to me, how's it going? Oh, I just called him out of the blue. Yeah, how's it going? I was thinking about you, man. I would start talking. A few weeks later, he calls me and goes, you saved my life. And I said, what are you talking about? We talked about the weather or motorcycles or, what we're going on. He goes, you call me at the right time. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't digging for anything. I was just shooting the breeze with them.
Yeah.
That's what we got to get back to, because we think that the technology makes us connected with other humans. It doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
The phone is a happy medium.
Yeah.
Being in person is key.
Yeah.
But sometimes we can't, because a lot of our friends across the country.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fortunate. I was on National Guard unit, and all my team members are in the state.
Yeah.
Oh, most of them are.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. We when we started our TikTok, and we threw up. Well, Jay, he's in charge of the TikTok. He threw up a video, and this video blew up. We got what 34,000 views, Jake.
Yeah, somewhere around 30 plus.
And you know, we had this person reach out to us on Messenger, and it flat out said that them coming across our videos, you know, it helped them that morning, because, you know, we were like, it was just a blast of videos that got put out, and you know, come to find out, this person, they struggled a lot back in the military, and you know, now where they're out of the military, being, you know, they were a pogue, and they don't rate the same amount of stuff, and you know, it's like I flat out told him, I'm like, listen, don't regret your service. You did stuff that other people wouldn't do. Okay? Doesn't matter if you're an equipment operator. It doesn't matter. You're a veteran. You can make make the path for yourself so much better if you just, unfortunately, you got to move on. And
yeah, and that's one of the reasons why this is the gift I got for you guys. Is one of the reasons why I did this. I was in the National Guard. I did end up doing 26 years, but I'm actually a graphic artist.
okay. Oh.
So when you go back, it just made me think of those guys, and the gift that I gave you is, I don't care what your job was. You made an oath to the Constitution of the United States. Mm-hmm. Don't regret what you did, because you did stuff, like you were saying, that no one else did. Making that oath and signing your name on that piece of paper and raising your hand is it's immeasurable.
Yeah.
So what I got for you guys is I made these shirts up a while ago, and I got more coming. So once you hold that up. What's it say on the back there? Can you see what that says?
Foreign and domestic.
Vet Unite. So my oath never expires. All enemies, foreign and domestic. So there's a shirt for you.
Hell yeah, man.
So it's kind of neat because it says foreign and domestic, and anybody else that's going to walk by is going to know what it means, you know?
I like that.
I love it. Good stuff, man.
And I think I got another one in here.
My oath never expires.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So we were talking before, that ties back into the fidelity, is we all want to belong, but we already belong now.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, I got a bunch of them in here for you. I didn't know your sizes. I never asked, so I got you guys a bunch. These ones are rags.
We're large men.
Maybe we'll hang one up. I don't know.
Yeah, we can do that.
Foreign and domestic.
The
enemy sometimes is within too. That's going a bit tiny.
Oh, we've seen that. I mean, we just saw that in Boston. No, the councilwoman.
Oh yeah.
I don't watch the news.
Oh boy, yeah.
Well,
I wish I
that.
didn't, to be honest.
That's what we're not about. So everybody, thank you for tuning in for part 1 of this podcast with Mike Damon. Be sure to tune in next week for part 2.
Well, Johnny Cash, another episode in the books. That's it for today, but the journey doesn't end here. Every veteran has a story, and every story deserves to be heard. If you're a veteran with a message, a challenge, or a triumph to share, we want you to join us.
Your experience matters to us, and together we can inspire others and remind the world what resilience truly looks like. Until next time, stay strong, stay connected, and remember, you're never alone in this fight. We'll see you on the next episode.
Cool.
The Veteran Project. 4 vets, 5 vets. We are not responsible for any trauma, PTSD, tinnitus, or